Howdy partner, we're still in Kamala Beach. Last day here in Kamala Beach. Tomorrow we go to Phi Islands for a couple nights. So yeah, we're just packing up our bags, to be honest, saying goodbye to our room and getting everything sort of sorted. We'll have one more train tonight at Bangtao, and that's obviously in the evening. Oh yeah, it's nearly lunchtime, so I think we're just doing some laundry so we can pack away some clean clothes, and then we'll go get a feed for lunch. It's not raining, so that's always a positive. Oh, it's actually blue skies over there, over here, so maybe we'll get to actually enjoy the day. I wanted to go surfing today, but it's like literally flat, bro. There's no waves at all. Can't go surfing, but we'll find something to do, I'm sure. Just going down to get my laundry. It's just been cleaned. I'll shout out the place where we've been doing our laundry, because the people that work there, the owners, I'm guessing, trying to make a video here, mate. The people that work there, or the owners, a lovely old couple, and they're so nice. I guarantee, like, I'm a little bit late, like it was on a drying cycle, and I'm a little bit late. It would have finished probably 15 minutes ago, and I bet you she's folded all my clothes for me. They're lovely, so I'll shout them out, and if you're ever in Kamala, use them, because they're nice people, very friendly. But yeah, our last day in Kamala Beach, not our last day in Phuket, because we're going to be doing more Phuket next week, but we're going to Phi tomorrow for a couple nights. Hopefully it's a nice day, or the weather's good. Anyway, it's kind of like I said before, it's nice over there. That's sort of Patong's that way, so I'm wondering if we go have a suss over that side for some lunch. Not like all the way in Patong, but like on the viewpoint. Cut it out. Do you want to be pet? You okay? You okay? Oh, you just oh, maybe not. I don't know. I don't like it when they do that. Quick clean. What did I tell you, cuz? All folded, sweet as. She's lovely, that lady. I should have videoed her, but I feel weird putting the camera in people's faces, you know. But she said, oh, I said, it's our last day here tonight, thank you. And she said, I'll see you next year. She's not wrong, cuz. I don't know if I'll be back in Kamala Beach, but I'll definitely be back to Thailand next year. Phuket's a funny one. I feel like, because me being a young person that doesn't drink, I feel like there's not really that much to do in Phuket. You know, you could probably just spend a week here and get everything sorted that you needed, you know, to see or go do. But the reason we stayed here obviously was because we're training at Bangtao, and if you're a fighter and you're going to travel to Thailand and you don't go to Bangtao, you're missing out. I think it's one of the best gyms in the world, and it's definitely somewhere you've got to go if you're a fighter. Like just rubbing shoulders with UFC guys, and you know, the coaching staff, the Hickman brothers, Brad Riddell. It's crazy the amount of value you get and the people you meet as well. I met a couple really cool Australians, another cool Kiwi, just like-minded people. So if you're into training, like even if you're not doing combat, like Macy, she was just doing the fitness classes and she loved it. So yeah, you definitely got to go check it out. But if you're not doing something like that, I don't reckon you need to spend that long in Phuket, to be honest. But hey, what do I know? Sure. It's actually the next day, and today's video is going to be a little bit different to normal because it's going to be a bit of a story. Why is it the next day? What is going on? Well, you know how yesterday I said that we were going to go for a drive to around Patong by the viewpoint, get some lunch? Well, we actually ended up going to the police station because we got into an accident. Now, we didn't get into an accident that was anything serious. We didn't get hurt. Here's what happened. I'm following this car on the road, and we come to a corner, and I'm sort of behind him to his back left. So, you know, they drive on the left hand side of the road, so I'm on his back left side. And as he goes around the corner, he cuts and crosses over the white line into where I was, and puts his brakes on, like slows right down for a corner you didn't need to slow down for. And in doing that, he hits the side of us, and because he's stopping and we're moving, it creates a little scrape on his car, on the side of his door. He hits into us, we pull over, he's like winding down the window, shouting at me, like going, you pull over, you pull over. And I said, I am fucking pulling over, mate, like you've just hit us. And so we pull over on the side of the road. I said to him, first thing I said to him when he got out of the car, I said, are you all right? And he didn't even give a fuck about us. He goes, you hit me, you hit me. Like, started going off at us. And I'm just thinking, bro, you're the one that hit me. So I said to him, well, what happens now, right? Like, you know, I don't really understand. I'm not a local here. I don't know how it works with, you know, getting into an accident. And I said, well, what happens? What happens? What happens now? I'm expecting him, he's just gonna ask me for some money and we're done with it. He says, I call police, I call police. So I'm like, righto then, mate, call the police. Get the police down here. And while he's talking to the police on the phone, I'm sitting there and I said to Macy, I go, well, who are they gonna believe, right? He's obviously gonna spin a yarn, say that we hit him, and they're gonna believe him because he's a Thai. How many times do you think they've had a foreigner get into an accident? It's their fault, it always will be. So I'm thinking, fuck, here we go, gonna get, you know, they're just gonna believe him. The whole time he's just like, he's not talking to me. I'm asking him, like, you know, is everything all right? What happens now? What's next? And all he says is, I'm talking to police, I'm calling police. So we wait for the police to show up, and while we're waiting for the police to show up, two people get out of the back of his car, because he's a taxi driver. Oh my god, just some foreigners that it was literally their first taxi ride. They'd just gone picked up from the airport and they were going to their hotel. So they get out of the car and the guy spoke English and he was like, oh shit, are you all right, brother? Like, he saw what happened and he was sort of shaking his head, and before they left he said good luck to me, because he was like, you know, good luck, brother, obviously you're in a bit of a shit situation here. So then the police rock up, two police on two different mopeds, and you know, they come over and they start talking in Thai, obviously, to the other guy, to the taxi driver. We're just sort of sitting there going, well fuck, like what are they saying? We don't even know. So after a little bit of talking, one of the police officers comes over to me and he says, you know, what happened? And I explained to him what happened, how I was following behind. He cut the corner and put his brakes on and we had a little collision. And when I say a little collision, like the mark on his car was tiny. The mark on his car was tiny, bro. Like it was a little bit of a dent and a little bit of a scrape. Like it wasn't like we had some big fucking accident. So I explained to the police officer what happened, and then he goes, oh okay. And then they asked me, oh, do you have your license and that? And I said, no, I don't have a international permit, but I had my helmet on. And they sort of looked at me and smirked and kind of went like, really bro, like you don't have license? And I said, oh no, I'm sorry, I don't, but you know, whatever. You know, they continued talking in Thai, and this little taxi man, bro, he was just getting angrier and angrier. He was a little muppet actually. Ends up, one of the police officers says, okay, you follow me to the police station. I said, yes, sweet as, no worries. So we follow him to the police station, and then once we get to the police station, I then get to talking with I'm guessing like the senior police officer, the guy in charge of the station or whatever it was. And he pretty much says to me, you know, like, I said to him, well, what's going to happen? And this whole time when I'm talking to the police officers, we're using Google Translate. Like, they don't speak English, so if we didn't have Google Translate, we'd be fucked. But so we're communicating with Google Translate, going back and forth, typing messages to each other, handing the phone to each other. And the police officer says, you know, after talking with the taxi driver, he says in the message to me on Google Translate, he hands me the phone and it says he wants you to pay 14,000 baht. What do you think about that? And I looked at it and I go, 14,000 baht. That's like 700 New Zealand dollars. You're fucking dreaming, bro. There's no way that is going to cost that much to repair. That is crazy. And the police officer sort of looked at me when he handed the phone over, like he knew that it was too much. And I just want to say this actually now. The Kamala beach police, the guys that we dealt with, were amazing. The police were so fair. I actually think that they were on our side, and they could see that this taxi driver was just being a fuckwit. So the police officers at Kamala Beach police station are amazing, great people, really kind and fair. But he says, okay, so it's going to be 14,000. What do you think about that? And I said no, that's too much. I'm not paying that. Like, how do you come up with that number? It just doesn't make any sense. I said that to the police officer, and then the police officer said to me, oh, the taxi man wants you to come out and look at the damages on the vehicle, because the taxi driver had obviously came to the police station. So we go out, look at the car, and he gets on the phone with someone, and he hands me the phone. The taxi driver, he hands me the phone, and he says it's the mechanic, the one that's quoted for the price, to repair it. So I'm talking on the phone to the mechanic, and this female answers the phone. Now, in Thailand, a female mechanic, there's something about that didn't sit right with me. Like, I find it very hard to believe that there's a female mechanic in Thailand. You know, what are the chances of that? So she starts saying to me, like, what's going to cost this much because of this and that, like just bullshitting. And she starts talking about the paint and this and that, and I'm like, yeah, but how did you get to that number? And I said to the taxi driver, I said, who is this? Like, who am I talking to? How do you know this person? Talking about the person on the phone. And he says, oh, it's my sister. And I said, yeah, exactly. You guys are trying to pull a fast one over on us and say, oh, that my sister's a mechanic and quoting. It's bullshit, bro. You're just trying to milk us for money. So I said, nah, I'm not paying that much, like, just because your sister said so. No, that's not happening. I said, don't you have insurance? To the taxi driver, and the taxi man, he's like playing dumb, like he doesn't like understand any English. And I said, insurance, like, you have insurance, right? Like, let's just I'll pay the excess and we'll be done with this. We'll fucking get out of here. Like, what are we missioning around for? And he says, yes, I have insurance. And then he hands me the phone back with his sister on the line, and the sister goes, okay, so if it's going to be 14,000 baht is what you can pay me, and it's over, or you can get insurance involved, and then it might be 20,000 baht because of the insurance might be more, and then you have to pay that. And I said, what the fuck is the point of insurance if it's going to cost more than not using insurance? Like, the whole point of insurance is you pay it every week or month or whatever it is, and then you pay the excess and it covers a larger amount. Like, do you think I'm stupid? I said, no, get the insurance. Like, what's going on here? And then, so I'm getting quite frustrated here because, you know, I can tell that they're trying to fuck me over, and I sort of like, we're in a different country, bro. I don't have any grounds to stand on. I don't know the laws. And luckily, as we're discussing this insurance thing, the police officer comes over to me with the Google Translate and passes me the phone. And the phone says, the translation from him was, you are better to wait for insurance to prevent getting taken advantage of. So the police officer saw what was going on, and he didn't want me getting taken advantage of. He was on my side, and he said, just wait for insurance, because he could tell that they're trying to pull one over on us. So I said, yes, okay, thank you. I said to the taxi driver, get your insurance down here now. So we have to wait, and the insurance guy comes, and he does a full assessment or whatever. He takes down all my details, take down the taxi driver's details. We're sitting in the police station, and they're talking in Thai between themselves, the taxi man and the insurance guy. Macy gets her phone out and hits Google Translate and puts the microphone sort of close to them so we could sort of understand what they were saying. And we kept on seeing the number 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. It kept on popping up, 8,000 on the translate. So that would tell us that the excess was going to be 8,000 baht, which is $400. It's pretty expensive, but that's sort of like what excess would be at home. So we're like, that makes sense. But that's what kept on popping up, 8,000, 8,000 when they were talking. But they were talking for ages, and you know, in the translation it's all a bit broken up, but there's like his sister kept on getting mentioned, and other things like that. The taxi man was trying to like, he was just trying his best to make as much money off us as he could. So after a while of talking blah blah blah, the taxi man hands me back his phone with his sister on the line again. And at this point I'm thinking, what the fuck has your sister got to do with this, bro? It was starting to piss me off. But she says to me, okay, so the insurance has given you a discount and it's going to be 8,000 for the insurance. And I thought that was funny how she called it a discount. It's not a discount, you just got caught trying to fucking take more money than what it actually was. But she says, okay, so it's 8,000 for the insurance, but you need to pay 7,000 to the taxi man for his loss of work, because he's going to have a week off to get the car repaired, and that's going to cost you 7,000 baht. And I just said, no it ain't, mate, you're fucking dreaming. I'm not paying. First of all, it doesn't take a week to get a scratch repaired, bro. Second of all, you hit me with your car, and if you're off work because of that, that's not my problem. Fair enough if I come up the side and smash the fuck out of you, but I didn't. I was just behind you and you pulled into me. So I'm going, nah, I'm not paying for that. I said, to be over with, let's just pay the excess and then we're done. And the taxi man's like, no, like getting angrier and angrier and angrier. And I'm just going, oh nah, like what are we doing here, mate? The insurance guys said the price of what it's going to cost. Let's just pay that and be done with it. So we keep going back and forth, and then the guy's sister, the taxi man's sister, rocks up. And I think he brought her because she could speak English, so she was sort of like being a translator, which was like unnecessary because we had Google Translate, but she was talking to us in English. And she came in and she was fuming. She wouldn't stop. She was just like getting angry. You know, you're gonna cost the money. You're off because you crashed into him, and he's gonna be off work because of you. And I said, you weren't there, mate. And this whole time we're in the police station, I'm trying to keep my calm, to keep my cool, because the police officers are on my side. They're helping me out. So I'm trying really hard not to like just stand up and go off at her like and get all angry, you know, because I want the police to see me as a good you know, friendly tourist. We settled the 8,000 with the insurance company, right? The police, they all wrote up big statements and stuff for both of us to sign, so it's all official. Okay, bang. We paid the 8,000 to the insurance company, and then we pay that, and then the sister says to me, if you don't pay the 7,000 for the time off work, we're going to sue you. And I said at that point, I handed the phone to the police officer, which I had translated a message, and the message said to the police officer, I'm only going to talk to the police because I don't trust them. And I gave that to the police officer, and he nodded his head like saying, yeah, that's the right thing to do, you know, like you keep talking to us, don't worry about them, because he could tell that they were being fuckwits. So she says that she's going to sue us if we don't pay the money for his time off. And I said, nah, we're not doing that. And then the chief, like the main police officer that we were dealing with, he goes, come with me into the office, away from them, away from the group. And we go back to Google Translate, and he says, as far as the police matter, the legal matter of the situation, it's finished. You've paid your 8,000. I also got fined 500 baht for reckless driving, which was, you know, that's fine, whatever. So the police investigation was finished, and there was nothing further to happen legally in that sense. But then he said to me, I'm worried if you leave here without doing something, they're going to take you to civil court. And that's when I was like, fuck. I thought they were just bluffing, you know, but he was genuinely worried about us. He thought, you know, if you don't sort this out now, when you go to leave the country, there's going to be a civil case pending on you, and you're not going to be able to leave. So I said to him, well, I don't trust them. I don't trust the numbers that they're saying. What do you recommend that I do? Because this police officer, he was being genuine, and I trusted him, and I was right to trust him too. He was a great police officer. But he says, okay, I don't understand why you won't just pay them some money for their time. And I said to him, okay, well, what about like 3,000 baht? Like, let's just do 3,000 baht for the today, you know. Fair enough, he's had to come into the police station, so he hasn't been making money today because of the accident. I'll just pay 3,000 for that day, and let's be done with it. So then one of the other police officers starts talking to the taxi man, talking about the 3,000. And while they're talking about it in Thai, the police officer I was talking to, he shows me another message that says they are talking about 4,000. They want 4,000 for it. So I look over at Mason, I said, let's just do the 4,000 and get the fuck out of here. We'd been in the police station all day trying to sort this matter out. It was high stress and like just such a bad situation to be in. I said, let's just do the 4,000 and get out of here. I said to the police officer, okay, let's do 4,000. And so he translates it back to the taxi man, and then the taxi man and his stupid little sister, who looks like Jabba the Hutt, by the way, fuck, she says, we want 4,500. Like, they just kept on trying to up it and up it and up it. And I said, I just stood up, I said, no, this is final. We're doing 4,000. We're gonna sign a piece of paper. We're done with it. I'm out of here, and I'll never see you again. Like, you're starting to piss me off now. They're just trying to make the most out of us, you know, like trying to take advantage. And I'm sure some tourists would have just been too scared and just gone, okay, I'm sorry, and paid it. But we're not dumb. We go get the cash out, we give them the $4,000, sign some documents, bada bing, bada boom, all finished, and we're out of there. Down 12,000 baht. So yeah, bit of a shit situation to be in, but that was yesterday's drama. So I know it's a bit of a weird video, probably not interesting to some of you, but that's what happened. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm at the pier right now. We're going to PP Islands, so Ko PP. So tomorrow's video, I'll probably be starting right here. So I'll see you then.